Hi, I'm Caitlin, a job dispatcher for Midstate Air. Our company uses Smart Service 365 to simplify our job process, connecting our dispatchers, technicians, sales reps, and managers within a single 100% mobile cloud-based software system. Let me show you how it works. Let's start by looking at the scheduler. Here you can see the plan for today. Each row here represents a technician's schedule. Midstate Air.
Hey, this is Benjamin Parsons. My building is having some air conditioning problems. How soon can you send someone out?
To get started, I'll click on the scheduler. Since Benjamin is a longtime customer, I can easily find his information. I'll put in some basic details about this service. Then ask Smart Service 365 to find the best possible scheduling window for me. Let's see. I'm looking for a 2-hour window, within a day, for a technician that can fix air conditioners. When I click the next available, I'll have a list of techs to choose from. Selecting a technician will dispatch the work order directly to them.
Hi, I'm Josh, a service technician for Midstate Air, and today I'm going to show you how I use Smart Service 365 to complete work in the field. When I log into Smart Service 365, I'll see my schedule for the day. Looks like my first appointment is a service call for Benjamin Parsons. Here are the notes from Caitlin, my dispatcher. If I need to, I can review my customer's contact info, service history, or equipment information. When I'm ready to go, I can change my status to say that I'm traveling to my job. Once I've arrived, I can indicate that I've started working. These status updates will help the folks in the office track my progress. After I diagnose the problem with my customer's air conditioner, I can add line items to start building up the work order. Then, with another tap, I can convert this work order into an invoice. Once I've finished working, I can collect a signature and payment from my customer.
I went back home for lunch, but I can still log in from here to check on Josh's progress. I can also check in on the current locations and job progress of my other technicians, and take a look at all the invoices for today. This will give me a great picture of the health of our company.
Welcome to Smart Service 365 TV. I'm Denver, and today we're going to be going through Smart Service 365, our web-based scheduling dispatch program. Now we're going to start off over here on our dispatch board. I like to think of this as the brain of the program. You can do the majority of your work here. So I'm going to take you through some of the features on here, and then we're going to build up a quote, turn it into a work order, and invoice it out. Now right over here on the left, you can see I have two different departments. I have sales and service. Now you can have as many or as few departments as you like, and you can call them whatever you like. And you can collapse them as you're scheduling, if that's a little bit easier for you. Now I want to come down here to Randy and right click on him. You can text message your technician in the field right from the system. And my personal favorite, you can see where their appointments are for the day with the map icon here. That'll pull up where their appointments are. Now this is really handy because if you were to schedule a job that was up north here in Ashley, you're going to want to give that to another technician that's a little closer. I'm going to close that out up here. The next thing you'd want to know is who's the closest technician to that. I'm going to use the top map icon and get a live GPS location of where my technician is. And this will help you make sure that the jobs you're scheduling are going to the technician that's closest and save you the most amount of time. Now let's come down here to Jess and build up a quote. I'm going to click and drag. And I have the option of starting with a quote, a work order, or an appointment. We're going to start out with a quote. And all we need here is put a customer in. Now you can create a new customer on the fly right here. You have to put their information in here. I'm just going to use an existing customer to save time. Go with Michael. Now we have a handy little notes section here. You can add any notes for your technician going out to do that quote. And we're going to need a description of it. I'm going to call it a service call. Now, if I didn't like where I set that appointment time, I can reset it here manually with our handy little clock that does hours and minutes. And you can set crews if you like, and you can pre-build those. So if you're running groups of technicians out in the field, you can set that up for the lead technician, and it will filter down to your technicians in that crew. You can also set if you want them to pre-notify the customer and call ahead. You can set your priority levels. And what type of call. Call it a service or repair. Now down here at the bottom we have these handy little tags. You can customize these. So anything you're running into a lot, like dogs and pets or hidden keys, you can just go through and click them. That way you don't have to type them into notes every time. Save that. And there we have our appointment for our quote. If I scroll over it, I can get basic information. That's handy so you don't have to open up the appointment every time. You just need some information to contact your customer. I'm going to open that up, and right here you can see there's that quote we built. Now as we go on, you're going to see the work order and the invoice right here in this little section. Let's go into the quote. Now for any quote, you're going to need to add line items, some sort of pricing, and we'll do that right here. I'm just going to add a basic trip charge in. Save that. And I do have the ability to send this quote in email to my customer. And you can attach images if you've taken any images or equipment, which I'll go through a little bit more in the work order. Now I'm not going to send that out right now. And I'm going to turn this quote into a work order. And all you have to do is come down here and hit work order. Make sure it's all right. And that's all it takes to create a work order. Now here in our work order, our arrows up top are interactive. So as your technician starts to head towards his job, he'll hit en route. And it'll actually send out a text message to your customer notifying them that the technician's on his way. And the same with arrived and working and completed. And these will update the statuses of the job back in the office. So you're going to know where your work's at currently. Now let's imagine this is the fastest job in the world and we're all done and we want to take some images of equipment. We can come down here to equipment and add that on here. And this is a great place to track a manufacturer model part number. And right here is where you could add the images in for your customer's equipment. Now I already have a bunch of equipment on here, as you can see with these images. So I'm just going to discard this. And it's important to note that equipment always ties to the customer. So every time you open up a new quote or new work order, you're going to have all this information, both in the office and out in the field. Your technicians can access that, and that way they won't be calling you in the office to find out if something was worked on 6, 12, 18 months ago. You can also get previous history here of work orders and quotes out in the field as well. And you can actually open up these work orders and interact with them, just like we're doing with this one, and find out what was previously done for the customer. You can also get directions with Google Maps down here. And we can also turn it into an invoice. So let's do that right now. All right, and now we have an invoice. Now you can send this to the customer just like you can with the quote and the work order in an email. You can also take digital signature right here. And terms of service will pop in for you. Save that. You can send it over to QuickBooks Online for QuickBooks Online integration. And you can take payment, which is everybody's favorite part. Now you can do credit card, and you can actually use the camera on your device in the field to scan the credit card, so you won't need a reader anymore. You can do electronic check, cash, or make notation of a paper check. Just close this out in cash. Now I'm going to take us back to our dispatch board and open our appointment up again and show you that as we created the work order and the invoice, they present right here. So when you take a quote to a work order, it doesn't erase the quote or the work order to invoice. You're going to have all three for your records, which is important to note. And all three of those records are going to tie directly to your customer, which I'm going to come into customers and come down to Michael. And open Michael up. Now the great thing here is all the information for this customer is going to tie directly to Michael. So all the appointments for him, all the quotes for him, all the work orders, and any attachments that you've taken or equipment you've created for that customer are all going to be right here on hand when you open them up. You don't have to go through and search for each individually. They're all going to present immediately for you. Go back here to our dispatch board. Now, as you can see, my technician forgot to change the status on my appointment, and that's okay. You can do that manually here in the office with status right here. So if you know this job's completed, you can just come here and hit completed, and it'll complete out that job for you. Now, if you had to put this job on hold for whatever reason, you can come down here to status and hit waiting list, and it'll pop down here on our waiting list. And that way you're not going to lose track of that job. So when you're ready to reschedule it, all you have to do is click it, drag it, and pull it back up. So today we've gone through quote, work order, and invoice, the basics of scheduling and dispatch. If you have any more questions, feel free to come over to smartservice.com/Denver and schedule a demonstration with me, and we can go through 365 in a more personalized setting. Thank you for tuning in to Smart Service TV. You have a great day.
Hi, I'm Caitlin, a job dispatcher for Midstate Air. Our company uses Smart Service 365 to simplify our job process, connecting our dispatchers, technicians, sales reps, and managers within a single 100% mobile cloud-based software system. Let me show you how it works. Let's start by looking at the scheduler. Here you can see the plan for today. Each row here represents a technician's schedule. Midstate Air.
Hey, this is Benjamin Parsons. My building is having some air conditioning problems. How soon can you send someone out?
To get started, I'll click on the scheduler. Since Benjamin is a longtime customer, I can easily find his information. I'll put in some basic details about this service. Then ask Smart Service 365 to find the best possible scheduling window for me. Let's see, I'm looking for a 2-hour window, within a day, for a technician that can fix air conditioners. When I click the next available, I'll have a list of techs to choose from. Selecting a technician will dispatch the work order directly to them.
Hi, I'm Josh, a service technician for Midstate Air, and today I'm going to show you how I use Smart Service 365 to complete work in the field. When I log into Smart Service 365, I'll see my schedule for the day. Looks like my first appointment is a service call for Benjamin Parsons. Here are the notes from Caitlin, my dispatcher. If I need to, I can review my customer's contact info, service history, or equipment information. When I'm ready to go, I can change my status to say that I'm traveling to my job. Once I've arrived, I can indicate that I've started working. These status updates will help the folks in the office track my progress. After I diagnose the problem with my customer's air conditioner, I can add line items to start building up the work order. Then, with another tap, I can convert this work order into an invoice. Once I finish working, I can collect a signature and payment from my customer.
I went back home for lunch, but I can still log in from here to check on Josh's progress. I can also check in on the current locations and job progress of my other technicians, and take a look at all the invoices for today. This will give me a great picture of the health of our company.
And what it can do for you and your business. Now keep in mind that we stream this live every day at 10 a.m. here in our studios. Now what Smart Service 365 is Smart Service 365 is a 100% cloud-based software. What that means is you can access it anywhere you can access the internet. So if you want to access it back at the office, or if you'd rather access it at home, you can access it anywhere you can access the internet. Now today I'm going to walk you through a couple of the features that Smart Service 365 has to offer. If you have any questions along the way, or you'd like to set up a free one-on-one product demonstration with me, you can reach me at smartservice.com/Gabe. From there, we can do a one-on-one product demonstration. You can also schedule a phone call with me where I can answer any questions you might have about the software. Now we're going to get started, and like I said, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Now what we're going to start with here today is we're going to start with what is called the dispatch board. Now what the dispatch board is the dispatch board is really going to be like the brains of the operation. Now this is going to be where yourself as the business owner or the head dispatcher is going to spend most of their day. The reason why is this is going to be the scheduling part of the software. Now inside of the dispatch board here, what you have is you have your technicians off to the left, you have your color ledger off to the right. Now your technicians are each going to have a row, and that's going to be the jobs that they have on the schedule for today. Now you can come up here and change that to a 5-day view or a 7-day view. Now we're on the 1-day view. Now what these jobs are being colored by is colored by status. So it's letting you know if your technician is en route, if he's arrived, if he's working, if the job's been completed, canceled, rescheduled, and so on. Now you can change that up here to color by city, by description, by zip code, by job type, and so on. I like status because it really lets you know what's going on with your technicians throughout the day. So you don't have to call them. You can simply look at the dispatch board and see, okay, Mike, he's finished with his first job for the day. He's en route to his second job. Now, if you come over here to the technician, you can actually click on them. You can send them a text message from the system. You can also plot their appointments in a map view. So if you want to see where they're at for the day, you can plot those appointments and it'll show. Now we're going to come back here, and everything on the dispatch board is drag and drop. What that means is if you want to move something from one technician to another if you need to, you simply would drag it and drop it to the time slot that you'd like to put it on. I like that it's drag and drop because it makes it extremely user-friendly. Now right next to the color ledger right here, you're going to have what's called the quick entry. Now what these are is for the companies that do a lot of jobs that are very similar, or they have a job that they do a lot of, you're going to be able to use the quick entry to help you make a job, such as a work order, an appointment, or even a quote on there. Very easy, and it's going to take you seconds to do. So let's say somebody calls in and it is wintertime and there's a lot of heat service calls. You could build up these heat service call in here, and you simply could drag it, assign it to a technician, and simply you'd assign a customer to it, a date and a time, and then that job would be on your schedule to be ran. Now inside the dispatch board, you're looking at a horizontal view. You can actually change this if you'd like to a vertical view. You would simply come in here and then you could change this to a vertical view. Or you could also come back, like I said, to the horizontal view here. Now if you'd like to know where your technicians are currently at, the neat thing about Smart Service 365 is it has the GPS breadcrumb tracking built in, so you can simply hit this map icon up here, and this is going to show you the current location of where your technicians are currently at. Now we're going to close that out, and we're going to come back into here. Now, this is just the dispatch board. If you'd like to know more about the dispatch board and how it can help you in your business, you can reach me at smartservice.com/Gabe. From there, I can schedule a one-on-one demonstration where I can walk you through the dispatch board a little bit more and show you what it can do for you and your business. Now we're going to come back in here to the route plan. Now what the route plan is the route plan is an awesome tool that we have built into Smart Service 365. What it's going to be able to do is it's going to be able to help you plan your routes that you have. It's going to also help you be able to optimize those routes that you have. The neat thing about the route plan is it is very user-friendly. It's simple as just dragging and drawing and selecting the routes that you want your technician to run. So let me show you how easy the route plan is to use. So what you're going to do is you're going to come up here to begin draw. You're simply just going to start drawing. And then you're going to be able to assign these to a technician and to a route. So you could assign this to Josh's route, to Denver's route, to whoever you'd like to assign it to. We're going to assign it to Denver's route today. Now what you're going to do then is you then can click on Denver. And what this is going to do is this is going to open up the jobs that Denver has. You can then come in here and you can actually draw again. And what this is going to do is assign these to a specific day. So you can say, okay, I'd like Denver to run this on day 1. I'd like him to run this one on day 2, and so on. Now the route plan is going to be a very easy tool for you to use to be able to plan the routes that you have and to be able to help you to optimize the jobs that you have on your schedule for that day or for that month. If you'd like to know more about the route plan, you can reach me at smartservice.com/Gabe. From there, I can walk you through the route plan a little bit more and explain it in a little bit further detail to you and show you how it can help you in your business. Now we're going to come into another feature inside of Smart Service 365 that I really like. This is the customer screen. Now the reason I like the customer screen so much inside of Smart Service 365 is that it's very easy to find what you're looking for. Now in all of the fields here, all these top fields are going to be searchable. They all have a filter on them and you can go through and pinpoint exactly what you're looking for. Or you can simply come up here to the search bar and you can hit this and this will give you a search bar and you can find what you're looking for that way as well. Now the cool thing is if I open up a customer such as Aaron Smith right here, everything that you need to know about that customer is going to be stored inside that customer side on the software forever. So if you want to see any appointments that you ever did, any quotes, any work orders, any invoices, equipment, and attachments, you're going to be able to find those by simply clicking on that customer and you can pinpoint something. So if your customer calls in and they'd like to know more information about a job that you've done for them, you can simply find that by clicking on your customer and going to exactly what you need to find. I like this. It's very user-friendly. If you'd like to know more about the customer side of Smart Service 365, you can schedule a free product demonstration with me at smartservice.com/Gabe. From there, I can walk you through it and give you a one-on-one product demonstration. Now, thank you for tuning in to Smart Service 365 TV. I'm your host, Gabe. If you'd like to know more information, you can reach me at smartservice.com/Gabe. We'll do a one-on-one demonstration, or you can also give me a call at 888-518-0818, extension 1205. I hope everyone has a wonderful day.